We're officially back. Sometimes you raise it up. Where's the call? And the best is getting small. Not a big pet. La, la, la. Yay, 77. We're officially back. I look a little bit like Jack just now. Oh. And the base is getting small. Whoa. Not a big bet. I don't have kings. It's not me. I'm not here. Raise me. Come on. Yay, 77. And again, split it up. Second session puck. Take my showdown. Easy. Table looks quite fine. I mean, the Jack-9 shot was normal. I look a little bit like Jack just now. Oh. Whoa. So much trash stuff here. This is not one of them. It's not me. I'm not here. Yeah, I think it's normal to stream like this. So when I'm bluffing, my nose gets a tiny bit red. It's still red. It's still red. Let's go. I don't know. I just bet shove. It's not great, but why not? Right, me. Still red. Hopefully he's not seeing my nose. Oh. And again, split it up. Mhm. Yeah, I also enjoyed it. That's good. No, but lucky, you just river the nutskis. Wait, are they saved now? I think you can also save it. This is an old one that I saved. Yeah, I cannot be bad to fire this one out there. Oh, I guess we're gonna call and bluff river. Oh, here we go for a check shove. Mm, no. No, we're lucky. Never ever lucky. Could also bet small. I think I barrel one more time. Oh no, we were bluffing a lot against him before. Now betting big. I mean, not a big size. Against this, I think I'm gonna raise it up. Good to know that he donks. I guess when he's checking, we can go for a really thin value then. Could also even bluff more, but I think not so much with our history there. Yeah, already played a session today, minus 300. And now I guess minus 100 on top of it. We're just grinding the tables a little bit, making a bit of EV. That's our plan. All right, we've got the sweet spot behind the fun player, potential fun player. Let's see what NL500 will bring us. Maybe we can even bluff Gary later. Usually this is what's gonna happen. The last time we played a few months ago. He did some good hero calls against me, and then finally I had it. It was so deep, it was, I think, 300 big blind or something like this. I shoved on the turn. And he had one of two combinations that actually beat me. Think about two combinations. It was 2 or 3, whatever. Even with a fun player involved, it was just a nightmare. It was also an NL500. Obviously erwähnt in Wettschulf. Good for our range, we have 4-5 offsuit that he doesn't have. He still bets. Nothing else and call, of course. Can call, can shove, could even think about a fold. Let's see if one play or not. He's playing 2 tables, so I'm not sure. I think I like call. Don't love it at all. I think I prefer it over folding. I think the ace doesn't hit him so well. He goes for such size. It's quite often exactly what he has, or maybe checks. I rolled no low number, so went for the call. Shove is very fine too. Blocking his 4-5 suited. Set traps, pocket tens. Out. Could even fold. Just a gut shot. What is? Who is this? What 99? So I'm gonna check and raise big. The shove makes sense. None of 7-8 would directly re-raise. I think I'll make something like good we didn't take a video with our nose to tell. And we said we had 7-8, not only 7 there. Or maybe we could even raise a little bit bigger there. Great board for us. Good for our hand. Still a bit small. Yeah, I think I like it. Decent hand to go for continue bluffing because we have so much good stuff. And he, yeah, just checked and called. He's probably never having anything good. Tiny bit wider 3-bet, but for sure fine. Hopefully we get something good now after bluffing him. Oh, that's fine. Can bet small or check. Great board for us, but we have bad hand. I wrote high actually gonna bet this, but not high frequency. Gonna check. Sometimes bluff river. With the 27. So I guess quite often not gonna bluff. I think that's big. It's a bit weird. I guess he has deuce for suited though. So maybe it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's fine, but we're going nowhere. Get any additional equity. Quite often our right is over. I have to admit. Yep. We didn't get anything. He didn't stop bluffing or betting at least. We are out. I guess I like go for the check call. or small size. It's also fine. He has a good amount of fives, but sometimes he has like 6, 7, and then we want to go for the check call. I think it didn't improve him so often. Oh, I'm not gonna bluff. Guess it's a good size. Really puts him in a spot. He will not often have an 8. Not as often as we, I would say. I mean, now he's just risking too much. We're just gonna fold. Probably just has the 8 anyway. Not great. I will go for the check raise again. So far. I think it was not so great that I tanked on the turn, but I didn't mean to do it. Maybe got a little bit suspicious. I'm lucky. This is not a good table anymore. Let's leave. Quite big re-raising size. We could then fold, otherwise it's a mix. Sexy, I don't know. Let's. Oh, bet. Maybe this size. Maybe it's good. Pretty big mid-range size. A bit more than 3x from her. All in. I'm gonna actually call once more. I think I saw something from him. I don't know what it was. I think the good thing is he will quite often not bluff river. Yeah. If he has his ace 10 ace jack, what size is this? Yeah, fold. It looked like aces or a trap. But not so. He also has like 8-6 suited stuff still. Hmm. Not efficient size. What do I make out of it? I think I'm gonna go for this coin call this time. We really want to donate. Why not? Yeah, the half size are there. Just looks strange. So possibly a little bit weaker. Because when he has it, just bets big. We got better odds, so went for the crying call this time. It was good. Don't know how wide he opens. He could even have like 8-5 of diamonds. We can do whatever we want. Fold. We have a top pair. Top pair is good usually. Usually it's good. But not always. That's the trick. That's the unfortunate stuff. Great. Good for our range. And decent forehand. Don't really like anything. I think I go for the. I think I like this the most. He quite often he just snaps with ace jack. The small bet doesn't make so much sense there. You could probably still do it. It's a big opening size. A little bit bigger opening size, I mean. This is usually good. Good vibes. Not every time though. I rip it in and nothing else. He picks a very small size. And we win without any further resistance, which is not the worst. Who was a dream? Just losing game with one hand. Size. Usually shoving. What are we gonna do? Are we saying what we have? Fuck. No. Shit. Maybe it's a bit too big size, but don't have 7-7. Guess I have to play a little bit faster. With lower multi-weights, get him to sometimes just call. Oh, I don't have two pair. Oops. Yo, thanks for the follow. Go, yeah, I did. Appreciate it. Say I have an 8. An 8 only. Maybe he says he has 8 too. Maybe he says I'm bluffing. I think I have no time bank here anymore, so let's just roll. Just go away here. I mean, we can for sure raise smaller nines with shove anyway. Sometimes we would shove there if we have, I would say, yeah, either an ace of spades that didn't bluff turn, or turning a jack. Jack queen into a bluff, but yeah, that will probably just call. Yeah, quite good for him. But rolled high, and sometimes we go for the set size. Don't expect to get a lot of value here. I think the best is just to bet big. I think this is the best. We bluffed him before. But he even has a good hand. What low we go for the check raise. There's a lot of stuff with check though, even though when he has a occasional check back 10 queen. So I guess maybe I like exploitatively to bet a little bit more actually. Like to bet a little bigger against green player. Or a bad river, but just still gonna just bet. What happened here exactly? I mean, we're gonna call. Ah, not necessarily. Oh, river call is a bit ambitious. Let's check results. It's not so bad. Minus 250 now. After rake. Snap check. I think I just bet. Show. It shouldn't change so much, right? We even have the king and the queen. Unlucky for him. Wow. I had low hopes for this one. So here we're just mixing, we're not gaining any EV. GTO wise, what's it called? I think people are not under 3-betting in the small blind in the usually. I think he would play a little bit poorly, probably out of position. Oh, I'm gonna go with the call, I don't mind the fold. This will be quite easy to play. Oh, with a big bet even. But all good, guys. That's why we trap. We trap our hand. Probably a bluff catcher on the river. Could bet very small. Little 10% ski. Also do this with ace king. I know, yeah, ace king. Oh, we actually don't have this anymore. But probably like ace 9. A little bluffsky. 8, 9. Yo! I go for one more bet ski. So slow. I want to bet, but I'm afraid. No, no. It's him. I mean, of course he can have stuff, but he can also have not stuff. Right? I think he will call if he has a pair, which is good for us because we have good pair. It's nothing. It's a pair. And a pair only. I think more for my bluffing ace 5, ace 4, ace 9, or maybe even ace 10. Oh, he's serious. Call the flop. What a big size. Not so big his size. It's playing 3 tables. What does a small size mean? What does it mean? It looks a little bit lower and a little bit weak for me. 7-8 got there now. That's it. Awesome. Check. Not very bad up bluff or whatever. Yeah, for sure you can raise this on the flop. This is the frequency. But probably never on the turn. Would never do this. I'm pretty sure it's losing some EV. Let's look up later how much. And I said it's a small size because usually bet just the size so that you can be all in on the river in a linear way. So bet like pot or tiny bit over pot and then shove river. Let's just call here against him. I think we're not bluffing this one. We can even be in front of other stuff, and we prefer bluffing lower one. Good play with him here. It's usually a close fold, so let's make it. It'll lose a tiny bit of EV, but it's really not a lot. And I think then we gain some EV post flop. Guess this 3-bet is losing 0.1 BB maybe. Maximum. Alright, it's a 3-bet, so maybe it's a bit more, but it's not a lot. He's playing two tables. Yeah, you can also format. I think I'm gonna mainly just call. But we don't have a lot of threes and fours. It's also very good because we flop a top set. I'm gonna just call and let him bluff it off. What happened here? Yeah, just gonna call, especially with the jack of clubs, nothing else. It's not the dream. I think I like to go for the check call still. And not go for the open shove. He's checking queens. Yeah, in this case you wanna of course shove more yourself. The other hand, if he's bluffing, maybe he's bluffing river. And our bluffs would be in just all lowest hands that we have at this point. Yeah, like probably something like pocket eights that call it one more time, or ace four suited. If that one call pre-flop, something like this. If you have a certain read that people that he's not bluffing or value betting thinly, like he didn't do here, then you wanna just open shove, of course, way more just donk shove there on the river. I think even so, otherwise queens is a little bit close though. Yeah, could be that even so was checking queens there sometimes. I mean, cannot be wrong to shove, especially when he has a club. He doesn't have now, but let's look this one up later. Mainly we will just have king jack suited, pocket tens, and not calling so many of these that makes straight or set. Yeah, will be interesting to see. Could very possibly be that it's still just 100% shove and getting a bit of EV even without a club. But the more I think about it, the more I like the donk shove. Because people will just be a little bit scared. I'm gonna take a short break. See you soon. show an interesting hand. We're gonna look at that. I think in half an hour. We have two hands to look up. I mean, my hands will so often be King Jack suited, really. Ace Jack suited. Tens. There are, of course, three combinations of jacks out there. Solver wise, forwarding almost 50%, I think. Exploitatively, I think I'm mostly calling though against people who 3-bet a little bit too tight, and he had a 12 there, so. Actually, I have close to all three combinations then. And we're even 100 plus now. Even though we think we could have played it better, won some good money there. What happened here? I think he's not full staked. Probably just a fun player. I thought maybe very aggressive play from a regular with ace-5 suited. Or he just overcalled with ace-5 suited there. The big blind, I think. Zero if we play. We can do it or not do it. A great board for me. Both players have 10 so, but no one has ace-2 suited. Could maybe even go for half size. It's full. And quite often keep on bluffing with the lowest we-raised pocket pair there. Yeah, I guess I would have followed through on that turn. And then we even have a bluff when a king, jack, or queen rolls off there. Always squeeze this one, of course. Doing some Mars. That cannot be too bad. I bet, I think. I think I fold. I can bet small or check. Turn. You can bet small or check here also. Just go on and fold. Not great. So we look like we have a lot of stuff. Kings, queens, pocket aces, even as a slow play, ace 5 suited, king jack suited, jack queen suited. And he can have a lot of stuff also. Fortunately, it's quite a good board also for him. A bit weird size, it's so small. Guess sometimes we are dead there on the top right. Yeah, I think 40 cannot be too bad. You have to get a little bit creative. It's your bluffs. We have enough, so I don't mind folding. Don't know what happened here, but I just go for an easy call. Good run out. Cannot get any better. And quite a neat small bet down the river also. Deuce, it's a blank. I think I like going for a big size against him. Got a bluff on this river. If he lets us. This is not printing at all. I think I'm gonna do it. I take this more as a check. Lul. Hope he's completely dead. Completely, that he has no outs at all. He's still not dead. Oh, I'm lucky. Could even check. He raised pretty thinly the last time. I mean, as long as he's not bluffing. We don't know how he's bluffing. La la la. He's always there for us. Not the dream. Not the dream. I checked this one. We will win loosely against, mostly against, wanted to say pocket eights. Think about bluffing. Easy. Easy showdown value. What kind of a raise? It's not great against. I'm gonna do it. Gonna shove on a heart. Usually not gonna bluff very well. We can even win against some stuff. Well, this is good. He's probably not having a heart, but he sometimes has a king. Sometimes he just has a six of diamonds, which is quite good. Do we check raise? I think so. We could even check. Go for check call. You're ahead of some stuff. The dream, but have to go for the check raise. Love your AJ. Huh. Didn't think he would value bet this one on the turn. Even for the half size. Hopefully he's not having any random stuff like 6, 7 of hearts. Hope he has more like the king 10 or the ace 5 of hearts. Red board for us. On a bet. Mostly bet. His kings for the small size, I think is good. Not great to be in sandwich position. I think I just fold. Yeah, just bet. Third size, half size, I think both fine. Maybe think about bluffing jacks sooner or later. I'm gonna call, yeah, I guess 2 fun players, why not? I'm gonna go for the crank call. Awesome. We have 79, 5-5. Yeah? Yeah. Almost 100% squeezy. He's fold. I call. Color race, no EV difference GTO wise, but having fun play in there. This makes some money. Especially on this ball. It's really a big bet, but why not? Oh, he's playing 4 tables, so that's not my dream scenario. Actually, I go for a sneaky check. Good low, then for it. He called also. He was not last to act. He was. So I think more slow playing is happening. I think I just call. Not try to raise, get more value from ace jack here in multi-way. I think it's actually quite dangerous what's happening here. He had the one hand. We could have extracted more. So I guess I can leave this table. Oh, he's still coming back, maybe. Guess we can call or raise, maybe even fold. He's of course capped, so we can also raise. I think on this blank run out, we're just gonna call. Guess he's not value betting any pocket eights anymore. He would be afraid of us having jacks. And quite often he would bet at a 7 on the flop. And it's just a good dribble. Rabbit's a fun player. So you will find some really creative bluffs. Not creative, but just hammering in money after seeing 2 jacks. So lucky, guys. We got an ace. 6, 7. Nice. Oh, but often race against half size, small size. And bet shove on normal runouts. Let's play with him. He has 58. He wants to play. He open we called or probably. That's a big bet. That's fine. Fine size. He's playing 3 tables, by the way. I think we could bet, but we could also check. I decided to check this time. So he's uncapped. We're not really at all. Think about betting small because we're capped, and then sometimes with this kind of trappy stuff, maybe he's raising. If he's good, he's finding check shoves, so which is not the greatest. Because he has a good amount of straights. So no bluffing us. I guess we call one more, right? He could do random stuff. We could get there. Let's see a river. Not a good river. But a jack would be worse, in my opinion. Jack is good. Nice, he did some random stuff. Let's 3-bet bluff less against fun play. Just go call. I like to bluff. I think I go for the big size. Maybe show him afterward. Maybe he looks it up himself. Who will see? Good thing is he's capped. I think he will he will overfold. He will have just a lot of stuff that out of folds. Didn't have one of those because he just had ace high, like ace king. We call here preflop with 5-2s. 3-4 suited. So we have some nuts. Of course, not so much. Arrow tie. Raise it up. It's one of those hands that sometimes follows through. We have to bluff again. Try M8. 9 again. No, it's over. Should have bluffed flop. It's a good flop for us, so we could have absolutely done this. On the other hand, we don't have a lot of equity. It's a fun player. He saw it bluffing. I want to call? Yeah, I think I like call. It's a good table. think he's also a fun player. Yeah, he's just playing one table. Not the worst flop in the world. Just bet a little bit bigger here with one player involved when we have a good hand. Can be so easy. He also saw us bluffing, so guess he calls a bit wider. If he has a little something. Okay, we'll be aggressive again. But this time we have good hand, hopefully. Yeah, I could just bet huge and do this kind of stuff. Don't do any sneaky. Oof. Yeah. I think I gotta check. Gets quite often call river, unfortunately, even though he has a lot of good stuff still also. And I think on a blank river, I would have just overbet the flop like the last time I double potted. Then maybe he thinks I'm bluffing again. This time I would have just went for, I don't know, 130% maybe. Wouldn't have worked against him though. Yeah, good turn for our hands that bluff. We raised him the last time. Maybe he's already a little bit mad at us. This would not be good because we'd be bluffing. Yeah, it's not so easy to have enough bluffs. We could just go for the set small size. We could have also huge sizes, big size or huge sizes. I think I like without any good blockers, just a small size. Flush. Sometimes have 5-6, ace-5 himself, which is not great. Everyone checks. Probably no one has anything. Guess we just have a hand that has to check. He can have good things. I guess we're just gonna call. Have to. Goes for the hero. Yeah. None of us is capped. Don't need to have a shoving range. And honestly, it looks a little bit weak. I guess I just go for the normal big raise. And worked out. I think we bluff more with a shoving size if we have a like 3-5 suited or 4-6 suited that somehow bluffed. Kept on bluffing. And the big sizes when you have a club, we sometimes raise. Ace jack, ace of club, check. Not so often. When we don't have any good blockers at all, I think I like my size mainly. Maybe we look this also up. One. Maybe we can get good hand here. That's already above average hand. We could even bet shove. It would be really thin, but I think quite often he has like queens. I somehow want to do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Counterpart is, of course, he's not bluffing. But it looked a little bit like pocket queens. I was wrong. I think. Maybe just snap folded that one, I don't think so. First I wanted to quit now and look it up with Studio Wizard, but this table is quite good. This would be really aggressive, already a little bit aggressive. I think it's 0 EV. Let's raise it up. And also call. It's pretty good for his range. Queens, check queen. But we have the hard thing going on. Yeah. I think I just bet big. Sometimes we still bet because we have pocket fives, for example. Counterpart is people a little bit more often fast play when they have their queen jack there. But I mean, it's not the worst in the world to not see the river. And we would have shoved this river. It's a really good one for us. We get 4-6, of course, and then some 5-7 suited stuff. Sometimes raiders flop. Not so often though. King conkeys, woodlaw, sometimes strap. Fast check. He's not interested in the pot. He's also not. It's not good. Not good things are happening. I think I like check still more. Probably no one has a big 10 jack also. Yeah, actually go for another check raise. I think when he has a queen, he will bet. Maybe bluffs. I think it's strong enough to go for a check raise because he's not tapping a 10 jack. Would be quite sick if he just fast checks 2 times. Looks like a bluff to me. Yeah, we don't see a snap fold. He had a hand, I guess. Hopefully we get 10. I think he will call a lot of us. A lot of our stuff. Nope. Yeah, let's see a flop. I think maybe 3 of a kind or a little flush. I fold. Didn't re-raise before. I could still call though. I'm gonna do this gentleman. Now we are maybe getting in an interesting spot. Easy call. 7. And then we bet double pot river. He will not bet a lot on this river. He will be a little bit afraid. What will happen? I guess we just have to call against this size. Even though it makes a lot of sense to just pick the size when he still has queens or even 10 jack. And sometimes with a straight. I guess we have to call. I mean, I like to call, I think, with the good odds. Nice. Then we raise ace Q and bluff ever suit one shot. Is my note on this player now? In these positions, this is even 0 EV, I think. Call. Let's call. Still. Guess it's a good board for him. But we're not gonna go anywhere yet. With our tens, we can get there, we can be in front. I mean, he's small blind, he can have ace jack. Jack queen suited. Huh? Oh, okay, that's fine. I thought he was counterfeited. Not a good turn. He caught up there. Says queen. Got additional equity. Says jack. It's not good what's happening here. It's not good. I think if he has ace-5 suited, would bet quite often because you know it's so good. Can just bet one set quite often. Maybe I bluff river sometimes, no? I take the shot on value. Maybe this is already very low enough to sometimes bluff this one. Guess I prefer pocket nines. It's not a snap fold, but I think I like folding. Last orbit. Yeah. And then look up in the hands with GTO Wizard. We can check, we can bet. A lot of sizes, everything is possible. We have to think exploitively now. I don't know. Just randomly went for the check. The bad thing is when we bet, people love to fast play the flashes. Which is not good for us realizing our equity with ace queen. I think I like going for the risky. Looks a little bit trappy though, what he's doing, but yeah, we just still play it. I think he will be afraid of a lot of stuff, even 10, pocket tens, king jack maybe. We could also have pocket kings. The diamond, for example. A pretty easy fold, in my opinion. He found a bluff, it's good. And maybe he deserves it, but he doesn't have so many king of diamonds, not ace king, king queen. Maybe. Okay, a king queen, yes. Is he betting at first small and then big? Quite often he would just take his showdown value. Maybe he would go for variation value with a small size. I guess it's possible that he has a king of diamond. But maybe he's not following through when he has it. But if he has a nut flush there, he will always follow through. I can guarantee this to you. So fold. Let's see how much we are up today, or are we up at all? I don't know. I think so. Wait, before the session we were minus 300, and then I think during the session we already were a little bit up. Let's see what will happen. We have to deduct about $450 in ratio from whatever comes up here. Hopefully something good. Yeah, this is good. 70 plus. And then we will get 150 or something like this back in rake back. So yeah, $200 plus again. Really nice after being down at first. Got my 4 hours in. Great in every regard. All right, my guys. Let's check. Let's check the hands. Let's check the hands. Let's start with the last one, actually, where we had the king 6. Hijack opened. Yeah, this is all fine. Hijack opened to 2, and I called with king 6 suited in the big blind. Flop was a good one for us. 3, 2, and 2 of diamonds, and we will have some deuces, ace deuce, king deuce, queen deuce, maybe, yeah. Yeah, even jack deuce. I mean, he min opened, yeah, like here. So we have a lot of stuff actually. All right, we check. We're actually 100% checking, even though we have a lot of deuces. Okay. And he went for a very small bet. Yeah, 1/4. Ah, 1/3 we take now. And we had king 6 of diamonds with the backdoors. And yeah, pretty sure we can sometimes raise it up. Mainly raising all when we have a deuce. Ace 2 somehow not. Because they're blocking the ace sides, I guess. Even pocket 3s mainly raising. And then yeah, sometimes raising. And random stuff. King 6 suited. Yeah. King 6 of diamonds we see here. Sometimes even folding. I think I would be raising a little bit too much. Yeah, let's do it. Raise it up to a not so big size. So we raised it up, I think is right. Yeah, 5 to 5. Four of hearts. No, he called. Called. Ace five suited. Four of hearts. Okay, we were very deep there. That changed a little thing bit. So I think now we have been polarizing quite a lot. We have very big sizes also. Probably some small sizes. 15 is in the middle. And yeah, the force is good. I think I said that. We got 5-6 got there. Like 4-6 suited stuff has a little bit now. So yeah, actually there's 32% checking and a lot of big betting. Sometimes small probably with stuff like pocket fives or stuff like this. Yeah, 50% checking, 50% small betting. King 6 suited. Diamonds. Yeah, small size or huge sizes. Which size did we pick? 62 were in the middle and I bet 86. Like 130%. Like 20. So we bet more like 18, but let's do it. Here's ace 5 suited. I guess because he's not having so much good stuff, usually just calling. Yeah. Yeah, nothing else is going on, no raising at all. Right, he calls. Now it gets interesting on the river. I said we can have a lot of sizes. Showing. I mean, we were deeper there with him. And I like my small size, mainly with the king 6. The thing is, the main bluffs got there now when flush draw hits. So we are only checking 16% of the time, so we have to really watch out to bluff enough. King 6 will be in there all the time, I guess. And it's one of those that's not bluffing, we're just not having good blockers. Middle is 52. So how often do we bet now? 10% and a lot of third size. Yeah, this makes sense. And some are not really showing bigger sizes. Mostly there's a third size with pretty much everything. King 5, pretty similar hand, sometimes betting. I mean, we can check also ZB. It will not be bad to bet King 6 here. Fortunately, it's lagging. Here we cannot check the EV. I mean, if King 5 is sometimes betting, then King 6 cannot be so different. Yeah, I still like how I played. Just to know we have to bet a lot for the third size in general. I think exploitatively the shove will be very good, especially when we're deeper than even ace 5 fades its line. Alright, let's go for the next hand. The next hand was where we had pocket jacks and the other one was cat king 9. So we were in the hijack and opened. So same like here. And the big blind called. It's king 9 of clubs. Flop was 9 of diamonds, 3 of diamonds, and 6 of spades. Hopefully. So flop. Check, and we What did we do? Bet 1/2. Check, check. Normal. Hit king 9 off clubs, and we raised. And I said, yeah, it's fine with the frequency. I thought it would be a little bit high, even with ace 9 also a little bit higher, but okay. How much did we raise? Yeah, a little bit in between of these two. I think more like this. We call with jacks. And now the interesting part was an ace of spades. And he barreled with a like 70% bet, a little bit less. I want to find out how much it's losing. And I said a little bit of EV probably. And we see here, it's mainly checking, but it's still 1%, 2% betting here. So it's probably close to not losing any EV at all. Yeah. So it's actually fine to sometimes do it with a frequency. Okay. But it's still important to know, I would say. Mainly not bet here. I also thought like 8-9 is probably more. No. If you want to bet. Yeah, I mean, usually I would just stick to the normal stuff. Not randomly bet king 9 here. But interesting to know, it's fine. And the river was just a check on 10. So he bet like 13 there, and I called with pocket jacks. Now I already thought about folding. Yeah. But for me, it looked a little bit weaker that he picked the smaller size. I think when he has a good hand, he bets the bigger size. So I went for it. I even had the worst combination. I had diamonds and spades. It's probably the worst one. Somehow it's calling the most. Probably it's the same EV though, but why is this one the best? It's sometimes hard to say. Usually I would say this is not good to have them to block the draws. But I guess these reblocking effects can get really complex. All right. So solver approved, Mr. Vineo, at least with a frequency. And Nino. Last hand, very interesting one in my opinion. Where we had jacks, maybe you saw it. I opened an exam, 3-bet, I called only and not 4-bet. And yeah, called the flop, called the turn. And river, it was check, check, unfortunately. He didn't shove, and I thought about shoving. And yeah, he checked back it. I think he's probably still shoving the river even without a club. I'm very sure when he has a club. He's not having so many. I mean, I don't have so many sets because I don't call all of the 3s to 7s. So under the gun. So now he 3-bets with his stuff. Back to me. I mean, I don't open all of them. So I have like, yeah, I have more than I thought here. Like 30 or 40% of them. Here, like, yeah. And pocket jacks, like I said, 50-50. Let's call. And flop was a jack of diamonds. 4 of hearts. 3 of clubs. Went for the check. I said it's a really good board for us because we don't have all 3s and 4s. I mean, in reality, we have a little bit less of this stuff because you just min opened and here didn't re-raise so big. In reality, I opened a little bit higher and he 3-bet a little bit higher, so I have a little bit less of this stuff. It doesn't matter. I check, and he went for the big size, I think. Yeah, half size. I think it's fine. Doesn't check a lot because it's a good board for him. Yeah, a lot of half size, bit of set size, and even bigger. So half size quite normal. Queens, yeah, let's go. And I mainly call. Yeah, we have a lot of jack queens, 10 jacks, suited. I think in this case, then he will shove more on that river. Let's call. Turn 7 of clubs. Check. He bets with his queens. He bet there a little bit more than half. This looks very good, right? Yeah, it's his main size here. Also with queens, I guess. Yep, let's go. Nothing interesting. Now it gets interesting. Even fast play our last pocket 4s, pocket 3s, 7s, everything. And sometimes shove here with the club skis. It's queen of clubs just calling though. All right, we call. River was scary river. And I think we could sometimes lead shove there, also GTO wise, and then taking like stuff like pocket 9s and stuff like this. Is this even true? Yes, we can actually shove a lot. It's a good river for us. Yeah, just open shoving, saying we have a slow played set, check, river straight, or river flush. And bluffs, yeah, it's like 9, 9, 10, 10, like I said. All right, so when we check, he probably shorts his pocket queens because when we check, we will just be a lot weaker. But let's still look it up. Only with a club, and not only with all clubs. Okay, that's interesting. Check EV. I think it will be close, so not even close. So, I mean, with the club, it's same EV. Yeah, it's pretty much completely the same EV. And then without a club, it's really bad. Very interesting. So GTO wise and exploitatively, we want to shove a lot there. How do you view the EV on GTO Wizard? Yeah, top left. You can click here, go from strategy. You see the percentages, what to do. Pocket 7, shove. Go to the top left and go to EV. You see the EV. I think this is quite often very important. So you can know how much to exploit. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I learned something here. It's quite a big EV difference. 20 in a pot of 72. Very, very important to know. All right, my guys, I've learned a little bit. I hope you also. And I guess gonna call it a day. Never mind, figured it out. I'm not smart. All right, my guys. I wish you the best. Thank you very much for watching and also watching those study stuff here. I wish you a good night and or good evening.